Okay, so here we are at the next step of the process. This is where we're going to do some desensitizing, and I'm going to do some partial mount up. So you can see here, Jerry's just being rewarded now here. He's just kind of resting. We just finished the round penning for respect and the lunging for respect. We've done some side reining. We've done some lateral flexion. If you want to see some of my articles on my website, they explain this. And actually, I'll do some videos later on focusing on those particular things. Sorry I couldn't kind of do that and film at the same time. So he's just kind of standing there nice and quiet. So I just want to kind of show you here. I'm going to take the reins and just show you here about asking him to flex laterally. Good boy, Jerry. Good boy. Good boy. That's a very important thing to do, especially when I go to get on them. I flex them laterally. It's a safety feature. Either customers' horses, resale horses, or obviously horses I'm starting under saddle. If you've got their head bent around, that's a safety feature. I teach all my students to do that because the horse can't buck, bolt, or rear if you've got their head cranked around. So it's actually quite a nice safety feature. I'd also show you about doing it on the other side just so that you know, but just to save time, I'll show you that sort of thing. So, okay, so we do that. So another thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab the rein here. I'm going to pan over and show you the saddle. So what I'm going to do before I get on them, just for the very first few rides, I'm going to go ahead here. Oops, sorry about doing that so fast. And I'm going to go ahead and saddle slap here, get them desensitized to that. You know, and as you can see, Jerry doesn't care. Which, if I've done my homework correctly, he shouldn't. Obviously, if he was concerned about that, then he wouldn't be ready for me to get on him. And again, I normally would go around and again do it on the other side. But in interest of saving time for the video, I'll just do the one side, but you get the idea here. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do, I'll just put the rein over on the side here, is I'm going to go ahead and do a partial mount up. And so again, what I'm going to do is a good thing here. See, Jerry already knows about flexing his head. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'll just put my foot in the stirrup. And partial mount up is you actually mount up halfway into the stirrup and standing up. It's kind of like a pre-flight check. Again, I do that for customers, horses, resales, and of course, particularly for Colt starting, that's where I got it from. And it's sort of like doing like a pre-flight check, not that I'm going to fly anywhere, but like with your vehicle, for instance, to make sure everything's okay. So I'm going to go ahead here and see if I can grab the reins, and I'm just going to turn his head over a little bit here and grab the reins, and I'll see if I can show you this while I get on. Sorry about the moving of the video here. I'm hoping I can show you him while okay, so here I am. Sorry if it's a little crooked there, but here I am. I'm just sort of got one foot in the stirrup. You can't really see that, but his head is bent. And I'm just hanging out. I'm just rubbing, actually. See if I can pan over here. And I'm just going ahead here and see I'm over on the other side. And I'm just going ahead and rubbing him here and just checking. And of course, he's standing perfectly still. If he was nervous, you know, and fidgety, and there he is. Hey there, Jerry. Normally, I'm holding his, instead of the camera, I'm holding him, so he doesn't go on that side. But if he was kind of nervous about it, then I certainly wouldn't be ready to step on him. But as you can see, again, I've been doing my homework, so he doesn't care. And again, I'll go ahead now and I'll get down, I'll go around, I'll do it on the right side, and around, until basically they're really comfortable and bored with it, and then I move on, which will be the next step, which will be me doing a complete mount up and then ride him off. So stay tuned for the next step.